Hello and welcome back to The Narrative Now. I am your host Sudhanshu Sharma, and today I will explain to you Prime Minister Narendra Modi's G20 Masterstroke, his 18 meetings in 48 hours, and India's rise as the true voice of the global south. So, as you all are aware, the G20 Summit is now over. And while most world leaders treated it like an event, Prime Minister Narendra Modi treated it like an opportunity to accelerate India's rise and to position Bharat not just as a participant in global affairs, but as a decisive force shaping them. Because for India, the G20 was never just a forum. It was a stage to present ideas, build partnerships, and to drive outcomes that matter in the real world. And Modi ji used every minute of it. Across just 2 days, Prime Minister Narendra Modi held 18 bilateral and trilateral meetings, all measured, all strategic, and all purposeful. No photo ops, no optics, just plain results. So, let's go through what Prime Minister Modi managed in those 48 hours. First came Italy, a natural partner with whom talks centered around manufacturing, energy security, and tech. New avenues in defense cooperation, semiconductors, and green hydrogen were also discussed, with the goal of building resilient supply chains and deepening industrial partnerships. Second came Germany. Germany, that is not just Europe's largest economy, but a country that sees India as a gateway to Asia. And the conversation with them focused on mobility, skilling, and investments into digital infrastructure. Because even Berlin knows that the future growth will be driven from the east, not from Brussels. Third came France, with whom continuity was planned in defense, in space, in AI, and in naval cooperation. The Indo French partnership is now a shield and a launchpad. Rafales were just step one. Joint naval missions, space collaborations, and the Indo-Pacific security are going to be steps 2 and 3. And then came United Kingdom, with whom a truth was acknowledged that London needs India more than India needs London. A free trade agreement was not a favor to India, it was actually a lifeline for a stagnant post-Brexit UK economy. And then next came Japan, our long-term strategic friend, with whom from bullet trains to industrial corridors and semiconductor tech was discussed, because Tokyo sees India as the core pillar of Asia's future. Infrastructure, technology transfer, and investment are all on the table. The sixth meeting concerned the Middle East, the beating heart of global energy. Saudi Arabia, UAE, countries that once saw India as a labor market, today see it as the next superpower economy. Energy partnerships, sovereign wealth fund investments, and long term development projects. Not aid, but actual equity. And then, with Indonesia and South Africa, the Global South conversation went from slogans to structural collaborations in MSMEs, fintech, food security, and digital governance. Because these nations know what real development looks like, not Western lectures. But Modi ji did not stop there. He formed new trilateral groupings, a coalition of equals built to deliver real outcomes. And the first amongst them, the Japan, India, and Saudi Arabia grouping, bridge between Asia's innovation, Arabia's capital, and India's market power, infrastructure, supply chains, technology, energy. This is how you rewrite the map of global trade. Next is the France India UAE grouping, where they partner in defense, maritime security, and space. A partnership that will define the future of Indo Pacific stability. And these are not just symbolic alliances, they are designed like business deals with clarity, goals, and deliverables. But while world leaders were building momentum, Donald Trump continued to do what he does best. He did not show up, a sitting US president skipping the most important multilateral forum in the world, a man who claims he will make America great again, but won't even get on a plane to sit with the world's top decision makers. While Trump stayed home, Modi ji got to work. While one man sulked, another negotiated. While one leader sent tweets, another shaped the world's economic architecture. That, my friends, that is the difference between slogans and statesmanship. And here is the most shocking fact the Western media will not talk about. Modi ji's 18 meetings in just 48 hours resulted in more concrete initiatives than some nations deliver in 4 years. Energy alliances, defense manufacturing, semiconductors, infrastructure corridors, digital governance, investment pipelines. And each meeting was not just diplomacy, it was nation building. And Modi ji did not just represent India. He carried India's aspirations and operationalized them. Because this is how Bharat will become a VishwaGuru. Not with grand speeches or hollow promises, but with relentless execution, with discipline, with focus, and with leadership that understands the world's power centers and positions India right at the heart of them. 2 days, 18 meetings, and the roadmap for a few decades. Modi ji is not waiting for the world to acknowledge India. He is making the world depend on India. And that, my friends, that is the transformation and that is the leadership that he promised. And this is exactly how India will eventually become a Vishwaguru. Jai Hind.